Okay, so we continue our episode on the likely BEC questions. So let's get this question answered right now. In a class of 30 pupils, 15 have rulers, 13 have pencils, and 6 pupils have neither a pencil nor a ruler. So how do we, you know, illustrate this information on a Venn diagram as the first question is demanding? So that's going to be 1AI here. We have 1AI. But before we draw the Venn diagram, we have to, define our parameters or our information. So we have the universal set. We can say let capital U equal to the universal set. We can also say that we have 15 pupils having rulers. We can use the letter R for rulers. We can also use the letter P for pencils, those who have pencils. Okay, so these are the initials or the letters that I'm going to use here. Now, we have been given the total number of pupils in the class. So that's the universal set. So you just have to say, this implies that n of the universal set is equal to, 30. That's the number of pupils in the class. You have 30 students. That is not all. The next information that was given is this one. 15 have rulers. So that's going to be n of r is equal to 15. And we also have 13 have pencils. That's going to be n of p equal to, 13. So these are the information given in the question. Now, I've been saying that whenever it comes to, Venn diagrams, always look for the intersection. Both. So in this case, those who have rulers and at the same time have pencils, even though it was not given in the question, but you have to give a letter or a variable for such people. That is why the question went ahead to ask this one. Find the number of students who have both ruler and pencil. So they are even going to ask you to, do that. So before we even come to that question, we're going to use a letter for that. Also, we are not done with the information. The question stated that 6 people have neither a pencil nor, a ruler, or a ruler nor a pencil. That means those people are the complement. They are not found in any of the sets, but they are in the class. So that's going to be n of r union p, or complement, and we're going to get 6. They are 6. So don't forget to add that one too. So now let's go ahead and represent the information on a Venn diagram. So now that we have all these informations, we can go ahead and put these or insert them on the Venn diagram. So let's move on. So let me give this set to the set R. That's going to be those who have rulers. So that's going to be n of r, and according to the question, they are 15. So this is going to be n of p. They are also 13. And the whole of this, that's the rectangle, is going to be the universal set, and they are 30. Okay, the next thing is to insert the intersection, that is x. So that is here. Okay, and then this 6 to those who are not in any of the circles, in any of the sets. So that's going to be outside. So 6 will be here. We have to fill these spaces too. It's going to be ruler or rulers only. Those who have rulers only. So that's going to be 15 minus x. So here too is going to be pencil only. We have 13 minus x. So that is how we can represent this information on a Venn diagram. So let's work the next question. That is 1A, II, alpha. And they're looking for the number of people who have a ruler only. Yeah, this is what they are looking for. This portion. You know that this portion is for rulers only, but the whole of this circle or the whole of this set is for, those who have ruler or rulers. What you have to know is that some portion of those who have pencil is also in this circle. So when you take that portion, when you take this portion out, I'm talking about this portion. When you take this portion out, it will be left with those who have only rulers or ruler. And that's what we call ruler only. So they want this portion. But the question is, how do we find this one? We don't know the value of x, so how can we go ahead and find those who have ruler only? It doesn't make sense at the moment. So we're going to find the value of x first. So that's going to be 1a I beta. So we're going to work this one first, and after getting the value of x, we will just go ahead and find those who have ruler or rulers only. That's going to be 1a I beta. So we're looking for those who have both ruler and pencil. And how do we get that? That's very, very simple. We just add this one to this, to this, to that, and we just equate to the total number of students in a class. So we're going to get, 15 minus x plus x, this x, plus 13 minus x plus 6, that's the complement. And we are supposed to get 30, the total number of students in a class. We can just remove the bracket by multiplying the coefficient by the terms in the bracket. And this is automatically going to be 15 minus x, because we have 1 in front of all the bracket. So when you multiply, we're going to get the same thing. Now plus x, this x, plus 13 minus x plus 6 equal to 30. We have to simplify so that we find the value of x. We know that neg x plus x, they'll just erase each other. So we're going to get 15 plus 13 plus 6 minus x equal to 30. So this is what we have. 15 plus 13, that's going to be 28. 28 plus 6 minus x equal to 30. So 28 plus 6, what are we going to get? We are going to get 34 minus x equal to 30. So what do? We want to find the value of x. So I can just take this x to this side so that it will become positive, and I'll bring this guy here. So I'm going to get this. I'm going to get 34 minus 30 equal to x. So 34 minus 30, we are going to get 4 equal to x. And remember that x is the number of students who have both ruler and pencil. So you have been able to work this one. Now let's work the last one, that is 1a I alpha. Let me get that one here. 1a I alpha. So that's going to be those who have ruler only. So that's going to be r n of r only, which is equal to 15 minus x from the Venn diagram. That is this one, 15 minus x. But now we know that x is 4, so that's going to be 15 minus 4, and 15 minus 4 is going to be 11. So 11 students have only ruler. So let's get the 1b here. That's such an interesting question. Three bicycle tires have diameters. So these are the diameters. They have 142.2 centimeters. The next one too is 0.572 centimeters. 0.572 centimeters. We have the next one to be, that's the last one, 47.06 centimeters. So these are the diameters for these bicycle tires. So what do we do now? We have to add the diameters by arranging them in a vertical form. That's the easiest way to add decimal fractions. So that's going to be 142.2, and whenever you are arranging, make sure the decimal points are in line. So here is going to be 0.572, and the last one is going to be, here is going to be 4, 7, that is 47.06. Don't forget we are adding. So this is what we are going to get. Now you can fill this space with zeros so that you don't mess up any number. Okay, so now let's add them. So here is going to be 2, that is 2 plus 0 plus 0. And here is going to be 13. Remember 1 here. So 1 plus 2 is going to be 3, plus 5 is going to be 8, plus 0, we still have 8. You just have to place the point here. And 2 plus 7 is going to be 9. And 4 plus 4 is going to be 8. So we have 1 here. So that's the answer that we're going to get. Now remember that we have to write the answer, or this final answer, in standard form. So let's get that one here in standard form. So what are we going to get? Remember that when it comes to standard form, we are going to get a general form of a times 10 exponent n, where a is a number from 1 to 9. So we are going to write this in this form. We just have to move the decimal point to this point, to this place. So we're going to get 1, 2. So the point is going to be here. So we have 1.89832 times 10 exponent the number of times that we move, and since we move to the left, this direction is going to be positive. So that's going to be positive 2. So that's the diameter in standard form. You can bring the centimeters here. So that's how we can work the second question. Now let's get the last one. That's going to be 1c. Let's get that one here. We have to expand and simplify. So we have 2 into bracket 6 minus 5x minus 3 into bracket 2 plus 2x minus 4 into bracket 3x minus 1. So that's the expression. So let's expand to remove the bracket first so that we simplify. And how do we do that? We just have to multiply the coefficients by the terms in the bracket. So when you take these two, we have to multiply by 6 and also by -5x. Whenever we are doing this, you have to be very, very careful with the signs in front of the numbers for the terms. So let's begin. 2 times 6 is going to be 12, so we have 12 here. And 2 times -5x is going to be -10x. So we are done with the first bracket. We come to the second one. This is -3 times 2, and that's going to be -6. And -3 times 2x is going to be -6x. We're done with the second bracket. We come to the last one. So that's, -4 times 3x. We have -12x. And -4 times -1 is going to be positive, 4. Remember that, negative times negative will give you positive. And also, negative times positive will give you negative. So let's continue. We have to collect like terms. So 12, -6, and that of 4. They are like terms. So we can collect them here. We have 12 minus 6 plus 4. That's for the numbers. And let's take the terms with the variable. This, and that. So that's going to be -10x minus 6x minus 12x. So we have been able to collect the terms. We have to simplify. So 12 minus 6 is going to be 6, now plus 4. Let's take this one too. -10x minus 6x, that's going to be -16x, now minus 12x. So 6 plus 4 is going to be 10. We have -16x minus 12x, that's going to be minus 28x. So that's the final answer.